What kind of bootleg fighting game is this? Well, it's actually Violence Fight on the Nintendo Switch. It's an arcade ROM that's made available as part of the Taito Milestones 2 collection here on the Nintendo Switch. It's a cartridge I picked up from the Maryland Library System. Apparently, it's the newer games on this collection are trash. However only. However only. A few people remember that name. Didn't I see this in a Walter Hill movie? Yeah, I mean, wasn't Hard Times basically this? I mean, apparently, like, Walter Hill movies were all over Japan, apparently, because they use Hard Times as the inspiration for Ken stage and Street Fighter 2, apparently. And, I mean, Streets of Fire was apparently the inspiration for Double Dragon and Streets of Rage. But that's another issue entirely. I still assert that Streets of Fire was not as influential in Japanese pop culture as video games would make it seem. Like, I just think that Streets of Fire feels like a poster or a trailer that some Japanese developers saw, but ultimately they decided to make a game out of them. But ultimately, I don't think the actual story of those movies really meant anything to them. Compared to Aliens, I think Streets of Fire was a pretty unremarkable entry. It was a pretty unremarkable entry in Japanese video game history, I tend to believe, in terms of video game developer culture. You can kick, jump, and punch. You can also press both buttons simultaneously, which I think is explained at some other point. This is a very janky. It's not a 2D. It's not a side-scrolling fighter. It's a game that combines arenas, like in Double Dragon on the NES, where you had a Z-axis where you can move up and down, kind of like Slam Masters on the Super Nintendo, Saturday Night Slam Masters, and it also has those 2D stages like the one you just saw, but it's a very, very, very bare bones belt scrolling game for the most part. There's 7 stages in total. The sprites are large, which is nice, and it's appropriate for the era, but I want to say this game came out before Street Fighter 2, which might explain why it's so crap, because they didn't really know what they were doing. Their inspiration would have been, like, Street Fighter 1 and Pit Fighter. I can't remember what else would qualify, but yeah, definitely games like Pit Fighter or the original Street Fighter would have been the only real inspirations for a game like this. I mean, obviously, Double Dragon had a mode like that. Well, here you go. You can perform a special attack that deals damage by pressing the punch and jump button or the kick and jump button. You can also crouch by pressing both attacks at the same time. Okay, that's it. That's not a whole lot to say about that. Button settings. How do you want to set up punch and kick? Yeah, I had kick set. Yeah, I had punch set up on the X button as well, which is fine. We don't have to rapid fire. I don't think it's going to be an issue in this game. This game is dumb. It's really, really dumb and really, really lame. But the sprites are large and reasonably well drawn for the era. This is like 1990s, so I guess that's not inappropriate. But I don't know if Taito ever made a brawler or a fighter that I liked. So we'll see how this goes, but it's gone very poorly in my previous playing sessions. It's very, very dumb. I'll have to turn off the music so I can explain some of the moves I'm going to do, but we're going to try and sample it with multiple characters. Lick Joe. Okay, see, we got our punch button, our kick button, press both simultaneously to crouch. We can just press jump and punch to do that. Jump and kick to do a drop kick. Let's see if we can abuse that. Get lost, lady. She just randomly appears to attack either person. Did I get some health back? He can interrupt my drop kick, so that's not great. But I'm probably just going to spam my jumping attack to see how we do. That seems like a reasonable idea. Score a point over.
Fight!
Hey! Go away. So there's a meter there at the bottom of the screen on the left-hand side whenever I make contact with my jump attacks. I have no idea what that does. Again, not explaining the manual. I mean, let me check on something. Like, I don't think that's ever explained in the manual. The life gauge is on the left side of the screen on the bottom, but it's not the meter below the life gauge, below the person's profile picture. So I have no idea what's going on there. But anyway. I'll take that fight money. So now we get a 2D stage, right? Come on, boy! Come on! That drop kick's pretty good. Archer! Yeah, the music kind of sounds like, not Salamander, Sylveon.
Fight!
That giant dragon game. That Taito did. Hey, how do you dodge that? I got some of my health back. I win. I'm just spamming jump attacks. Strategy? Who cares about strategy? We're just gonna spam drop kicks. I mean, it worked for the last time I played this game. I forgot what the dude's name was. It worked for the last guy I played as. He had jumping spin kicks. Kill you! We got a bear. It's Kuma! Just like in Tekken.
Fight!
Call the Humane Society. Suck it, Smokey. Please select. Oh, power up my kick. So we're gonna power up our kick. Only you can prevent. Only you can prevent butt beatings. That's all that is. I think I played as him last time. I was just doing jumping kicks, jumping spin kicks. This is not the 1950s. This is not a 1950s hairdo. Heads up. Sure, I kept spamming the drop kick.
Something happened. What? Didn't mean to do that. How did he get his health back? Yeah, why are we getting our health back? Let's abuse the Z-axis a little bit. Ah, darn it! Had to eat it. We'll have to switch. We'll switch a few characters. But you saw all I'm doing is spamming the jump kicks. So we got Lick Joe, Lee Chen, Ron Max, Tony Wan, He Pities Fools, Bat Blue, Ben Smith. So let's try Lee Chen. We're going to abuse the Z-axis a little bit so we don't end up dying as quickly. So but this guy should be a bit... I think Lee Chen's a bit faster. We're going to find out. Yeah, it's a spin kick. Ah! Yeah, spin kick. I don't know if the spin kick's gonna give me the distance I need. It doesn't have the range of Lick Joe's drop kick, apparently. But again, the hit detection's so flaky on this. Again, it feels like we're like two pieces of paper fighting each other. Like there's no... You don't really have the weight behind your punches and kicks like you do in a game like Street Fighter 2. Let's not even kid ourselves here. This is a very 1990... Let's see if we can, like... Make like a cardboard fighting game, like a bunch of paper mache fighters in a fighting game. That's actually one thing Street Fighter 2 absolutely nailed. I think what they learned from Final Fight was how to get the hit detection right and get the hit boxes right. So punches seem to make contact. And they had just the right amount of, risk and reward when you started doing your attack, so you could usually figure out how to survive most scuffles, even when you were surrounded. Because you could learn the nuances of the moveset that aren't really here. In fact, there's not much of a moveset here at all. Yeah, there's a timer, so be careful. Yeah, I don't know if the spin kick's gonna work. Yeah, I tried pressing jump and punch. So I pressed jump and punch to do that little claw attack, the little Hadouken without the fireball attack. That didn't seem to do any good. Let's try Ron Max, who looks surprisingly similar in facial structure to Lee Chen. They just made him bald and called him a different character. She's like, he's a palette swap, like all the Mortal Kombat characters. Ron Max, all these names are so like generically American. Like, they weren't even bothering. Okay, so he's not jump kicking. He's charging when you press punch and kick at the same time. Yeah, jump and kick at the same time. That's his kick. His headbutt is a kick button? Yeah, the kick button is a headbutt for this guy. That's punch and jump. Doesn't seem to be very useful at all. That! You know you can throw. Got one hit on him. The music never changes. So I think if I do jump and punch, then jump and punch again. So I think I could do a two-hit combo with that charging attack. Do jump and punch, then do jump and punch again. after you recover from the charge. That seems to be something that might work. Because you can't block, you can only duck. I don't know how the I don't know if I want to waste my time figuring out how the countering system works. And why am I getting my health back occasionally? I haven't quite figured that part out either. I guess he's giving me a finger. I don't know which finger. I don't know if it really matters. Hey! We're going to abuse the Z-axis a bit. I don't really like this guy. Yeah, I don't think that was going to work. I didn't have the range. Ow! We'll switch to somebody else. We might have to switch back to the guy with the dropkick again. Like our boy over here. He seems to be pretty reliable. Score a point over, whatever that even means. So Ron Max is no good. Tony Wan, I don't remember this guy being good at all. Again, very similar in facial structure. He pities fools. That's all we're going to go with. That's a jumping punch. Where's the kick? That's the jump kick. The little thrust forward kick. God, what a terrible game this is. So how do I punch? I was trying to lift the box. A lot of good that did. Yeah, if I can abuse my range by pressing jump kick, that might keep him at bay. I'm not sure. Again, can't quite figure out how that jumping punch is useful. Maybe it's an anti-air, but this isn't the kind of game where anti-air seem to matter very much. And again, I don't know why we're losing. I don't know why we're regaining health occasionally. It's like a very bad version of Fatal Fury going on up there. Two of us staring each other down from the foreground and the background. Yeah, very bad version of Fatal Fury. Yeah, I got stunned there for... Ah! Yeah, it's kind of hard to line up your attack, so that's not very helpful either. So, I mean, a game like Final Fight basically did a much better job of helping you line up your attacks. Here it just seems like you're kind of guessing. It's just so hard to figure out if we're even making contact with any of these attacks. Jeez. Bat Blue. I said we'll try one of each. So this game couldn't have come out in the 50s. Well, it could have been in the late 50s. Because you got people here who were born in 38. There's no way they'll still be fighting in the early 1990s. And like I said, it's a lot of these chicks that look like they're from the 50s at all. Especially, what's her name? Blondie. Forgot to wear underwear. I mean, I swear she's probably from the 80s. Doesn't look like the 50s at all. My jump kicks don't seem very reliable either. Get out the way, doofus. Attack him with a bat if we're going to do that. Okay, so how's my jumping punch going to work? That's my punch. Yeah, the range on that is not great. Yeah, the range on that seems okay, I guess. Maybe I can abuse it. And you can't punch down or up. You can only punch left or right. So staring your opponent down in the background and the foreground doesn't seem to be that useful at all. And those punches don't do much damage. You can't really do combos, really. It just feels... Any combos that are here are probably stupid janky. Just can't quite make sense. Again, that chick in the top is not, she's not from the 50s. She's Kelly Bundy. I mean, she's from Married with Children. She is not from the 50s. Of all things to complain about, I'm going to complain about anachronisms. Yeah, like you with the knife. You are not from the 50s. Do I even try it? So all these brothers who were born in 1937 should not still be fighting in their 50s. Or maybe they were. You know, maybe it's trying to make ends meet. Economy kind of tanked in the late 70s, didn't it? Maybe, I don't know about Japan so much. Oh, come on. So he got back some of his health. What gives? Ah, because that was a counter. See, I can't... Okay, so he's leaning forward with that jumping punch attack. That little thrust claw of his, I guess, is what he's doing. So again, the only good thing I can really say about this game is that the sprites are well drawn. That's really all I can say. Some of the large sprites are somewhat well detailed, but the animation's terrible, and some of the hit frames are kind of terrible. I don't know what they're trying to do. So jumping punch is the 100-hand slap, which doesn't seem to do much damage at all. So that was the jumping kick I just did. Out the way! Yeah, see, that 100-hand slap didn't do much damage at all. I can't even make contact with my jump kick. It's like 2 frames of animation on that. It's really kind of sad. It's an interesting looking kick. It just seems hard to connect. Yes, it's an interesting looking kick. It's just kind of hard. It's kind of hard to connect. Yeah, the 100-hand slap isn't doing much damage. I don't think it's even worth it. The fact that I can barely even make contact with it doesn't seem to help either. So that's his regular punch. And that's his regular kick, which doesn't seem to be not a lot of range on that at all. I think this game might just be a rock paper scissors system, where it's like particular moves are just meant to counter specific moves from certain characters. Not a whole lot of depth beyond that. I can't kind of hard to tell. I took it right in the face again. So I guess we'll try Lick Joe one more time. I knew this game was trash because I was kind of hoping it would eventually turn out to be more interesting than it actually is. It's another quarter muncher, I'm afraid. So Lick Joe might be the best person to use for most situations, I guess. You have to press the punch button to confirm. But yeah, this thing is trash. D+ at best. It's really garbage. It looks decent for the era, but it's kind of garbage. I think they just wanted to do a pit fighter game. Their art budget was based on sprites. They got these large sprites. Play this really terrible belt scroll. That was a throw, I guess. I guess that was a throw. This is like Street Fighter 2. You can throw them and get some. You're not really throwing your enemies for zone control. Again, why is he getting some of his health back? What's that about? Why am I not getting my health back? Do I have to like stop punching? Again, none of this is explained in the manual. I mean, I'll double check to make sure I'm not full of crap. At least on this particular issue. Nope. Nope. No. I understand that. That's fine. Yeah, nothing here. I get almost always stupid they never even bother to explain the meter at the bottom of the screen. It's almost like it doesn't matter. And I strengthened my kick. Not that it did me any good. What's the point of strengthening my kick anyway? Like, I don't even know how strong it is to begin with. And do I lose that? I mean, the game doesn't tell you how strong it is after you power it up. And if I have to continue, do I lose that power up? I mean, again, it feels like they don't even bother to explain anything. And I don't mean like in a Street Fighter 2. Like, Street Fighter 2 explained nothing. At least the manual will explain, like, very basic, you know, principles of the game and how it's supposed to work. So if you don't know how to play Street Fighter 2, you can still kind of enjoy it as, like, a game where you jump around and punch and kick people. Even if you don't know what you're doing. Street Fighter 2 is, like, the kind of arcade game where, yeah, you can't really just, like, faff about and win. You have to, like, you can faff about and still win, but you aren't really engaging with the mechanics in a meaningful way until you learn, like, the nuances. I don't think there are any nuances in this game that matter. It's a pre-Street Fighter 2 brawler. It's a pre-Street Fighter 2 dueling game. Yeah, I got a little advance to separate us for a little bit. Yeah, I did a jump attack accidentally. Get out my face! No interruptions from the peanut gallery. Why did the camera follow him instead of me? I'm the player character. Why is the camera following the AI during that bit? I was the one getting attacked by the dude with the 2x4. I guess we'll stick with this guy, but most of these guys kind of suck. They seem to have very specialized attacks in terms of how they can counter specific enemies, I suppose. This dropkick seems to be pretty reliable. Remember, the dude with the 2x4, the guy with the spike club will attack the enemy too. I don't think. Do you get any points for attacking the dude with the 2x4? Hit the wrong button. So then I got stuck in a corner trap. Yeah, so I got stuck in a corner trap there. So I guess the best strategy is to do a drop kick, then retreat. Preferably to another plane. Yes, he's trying to abuse the Z-axis a bit. Go away! So I got a bit of health back there. I don't know what happened. So I guess when you're stun locked after a knockdown, you get a bit of health back. What is this, like Punch Out? Yeah, I didn't get any health back there. Countered me. 2 more hits should do it. See, he got some of his health back. What's that about? Come on, we can... Why did he get his health back twice? What's going on? Okay, I'm calling it. Game is trash. I knew it was trash, but game's trash. No, I don't want to go online with this trash. Can't imagine who's actually playing this. Maybe someone who found a way to cheat. I don't know. So, D+ at best. Garbage. Actual garbage. If Street Fighter 2 didn't exist, this would still be trash. Even though it looks, I guess, somewhat decent for the era. Like, with the big, large, anatomically correct sprites, I suppose. So I recorded this with my Turtle Beach headset plugged into the audio splitter with the J5 Create capture device. Plugged into the quad-core Windows 10 laptop with the camera app capturing at 60 frames a second, so you get to see all those frames. With the 2 frames of animation, but 60 frames of, I guess, sprite sliding up and down the screen, I suppose. It's just trash. Very... Ugh. Worst game. Well, is it better than Ben Barrow Bay? At least Ben Barrow Bay, I guess, you know, kind of works functionally. This game just feels like crap. Like it feels like a bootleg of itself. Like, they released it anyway, because they had to get something out in arcades to match Pit Fighter, I suppose. I don't know what was going on. Completely unremarkable in every way, despite the size of the sprites. See, it's like a bad proto Neo Geo game. Not gonna do it.